Dawson Rider with you.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. This is going to be a kind of weird, a little more condensed version of my review for Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2, mainly the second half. And this is going to be a spoiler-free review for those of you that are in the US or wherever and you're waiting for your airings to start and you haven't been following the UK ones, or you don't want to and you want to wait to watch Beast Morphers Saturday mornings, but maybe you're curious, is the rest of the season worth it? Maybe you loved the first half, maybe you hated it, but you kind of want to know a general idea of what the season's going to be like. And like I said, this will be spoiler free. I know that's kind of weird because a lot of my individual reviews had like spoilers in the thumbnails, but I tried to only include things that we already knew about from news stories. But you know, this is for those of you that find the video that want to just know about the general quality of the second half of the season without specific spoilers. Now, the only spoiler I will be offering in this video, even though it's spoiler free, and if you don't want to hear it, leave, is I'm going to tell you how many episodes the Dino crossover is, if you didn't know. Again, I feel like most of you watching this have already seen my previous videos, so it's like, Dawson, you're telling us old information. But this is for those of you that have not watched it yet. So, the second half of Beast Morphers is a lot better than the first half. Until next time, no, I'm just kidding. If you recall, before these next airings started, during the first half, I was very mixed on the first half, and it felt very super season-y. I felt the premiere was very weak. There was a couple little standouts with the Beast X King, and the last episode cliffhanger was great. But I was really worried because it felt very super season-like, and the fillers were very heavy-handed moral lesson episode focused, very similar to Super Steel and Supercharge. So I was very worried about it. So if you were like me back then and you're curious as to what the second half is like without having watched it yet, it does get better. There is some filler episodes, but I can't think of one episode that was a filler episode in the second half that was straight up just a moral lesson, like, don't lie. Like, it was usually some sort of character-driven one. There was some dumb stuff, I won't lie to you. There was one in particular part in the second half that I thought was really dumb, that I kind of low-key hated. But the fillers, I think for the most part, were a little bit better. Now, it depends on your taste in fillers, what you might think of them, but if you're just thinking about the first half having ones that were more only about a moral lesson, the other ones in the second half were more of a step up because they were more character driven. So there is that. And from when we pick up the cliffhanger, again, no spoilers, through a good chunk of the season, there is a really cool level of connectivity between the episodes that's really refreshing to see, both between like events within the episodes themselves and the overall storyline. So there's an impressive level of connectivity in the first batch of episodes when we get back here in the US, and just an impressive level of connectivity in the second half overall. Before we continue though, guys, I want to take a minute to thank my sponsor for this video, the Ridge Wallet, which is a clean and sleek industrial design wallet, which is an amazing update on the classic outdated wallet, which frankly kind of looks like a growth. It's honestly embarrassing. It looks like I have a growth in my pocket that needs to be looked at by a doctor. And I was just thinking that I really need to get a new update for a wallet, and this came along at the right time. It's super slick and modern and futuristic looking, and I don't have to worry about my pocket looking really strange or anything like that. It fits all your cards nice and sleekly here between these two plates. You can hardly even tell you have cards in there, but you can fit up to 12 cards there. You can fit your money here nicely on the back. It makes things super simple, super streamlined. It's RFID protected, so you can protect yourself from digital pickpocketers. You can get a bunch of different styles, including brushed titanium and carbon fiber, and you also have a bunch of different colors and styles, including these two, which I picked out, which are my personal favorites because this one reminds me of the white Blaster Beetleborg. And of course, I love gold! Ridge.com also has a bunch of other really cool stuff like backpacks and knives if you want to pick up something really cool to help you open all your collectible packages if you are getting stuff in the mail all the time like me. And also they have this really cool little doorknob opener for those of you that are afraid to touch doorknobs, especially nowadays. It comes with a lifetime guarantee and you can get free shipping worldwide, free returns worldwide. Make sure you head to ridge.com/Dawson and use the code DAWSOM, D-O-S-M, to get 10% off. It will be linked in the description and in the comments, and pretty much anywhere you can think it would be linked here, and you can take advantage of a great deal on some awesome products. Like I said, the link's going to be everywhere, including it's actually right behind you right now. I'm just kidding about that. But thanks again to Ridge for sponsoring this one. Now, the Dino team-up, if you somehow did not know any of the information from all of the talk about it that's been going on since the international airings have started, it is effectively 3 parts. It's different than like a traditional 2 or 3-parter, but there is 3 parts to it, and it has a good build-up. That's all I'll say. There's some really cool stuff, some cool surprises, some weird surprises. I think that there might be some mixed reactions to the main event, but it does have 3 parts and it has more room to breathe. And there are some other cool connections that happen later on. And I think as far as the latter half of the season goes, I do wish that there was a little bit more momentum earlier on going into the finale arc. It felt similar to previous seasons where the villains seem like they're getting ready for the end of the season, but the Rangers take a while to catch up. But once they do, the last about 3.5 episodes are pretty good finale momentum with some really cool surprises and some really satisfying moments. Again, not perfect, but overall satisfying. So if you have not watched Beast Morphers second half yet and you're waiting for the US airings, I would say that there's stuff to look forward to in the second half. Don't set your expectations too high. There's a lot of extreme reactions on both sides, both like good and bad to this season, but I would say that there is good signs that Hasbro is making real efforts to improve the show. Again, not perfect, but I think that it proved that there wasn't quite a super season curse and they're making good efforts. So I definitely recommend checking out the second half. Honestly, just go watch them now, but if you're waiting, I think you'll be in for some treats if you manage to avoid spoilers, or even if you didn't and you avoid the spoilers but you're waiting to physically watch them, I think you'll, for the most part, be surprised. But again, it's not perfect, I want to stress that. But anyway, that's about it for this one, guys. Until next time, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.